Okay, so now we are live. Just to be honest with you guys, like I'm currently not really feeling that well. I'm sick. I need to rest. But and actually, I have if you saw the title, it's called "Rehearsing for Day 288 of Consistently Helping People Build Consistency." Right? Actually, I have already recorded today's video. Okay, today is day 288, and I have already rehearsed. I have already recorded that video. And actually, I'm not planning to have any live stream. I just want to like record my video, do a little bit of editing, and then go to sleep. But I just got some sudden urge of motivation to rehearse and do a live stream. So yeah, basically I kind of getting some motivation from watching some videos on internet. So yeah, basically this is gonna be rehearsing for day 288. Well, not necessarily rehearsing for the video, but rehearsing for my performance as a whole. Okay, because I noticed that I've already mentioned this in lots of my previous live stream. I've got lots of mistakes, right? Mistakes that I need to fix. So, for example, here's the thing: I want to be the best. Okay, I want to be the best in helping people build consistency in their life. And there are just so many things, so many fields, so many aspects that I can just fix right here, right now. So many aspects that I can improve. One, I think like you know, I should have communicate even better. Okay, because I kind of think like I'm not really fluent enough. Okay, I'm not fluent enough in English. I want to be even way more fluent in English. I want to be able to communicate just like native speakers and um, like native English speakers. I want to be able to communicate just like native English speakers. Yeah, as fluent as native English speakers. But like currently, I'm an Indonesian person, and I'm hey yo Cooker. So welcome Cooker. Yeah, so actually I'm Indonesian and I'm proud to be Indonesian. And yeah, I'm proud of my language, Indonesian language, but I also want to be fluent in English because I want to communicate my thoughts in a good way. So hi Cooker, yo, hello, yo. So yeah, this is gonna be rehearsing for day 288, and I'm not really feeling that well. Currently, I'm sick. Actually, I need to rest, but I just got some sudden urge of motivation to do some live stream and rehearse. Yeah, so this is gonna be rehearsing. I want to improve my communication skill in creating these videos. I think like I can improve my English. I'm not really that fluent right now. I can be even way more fluent, okay, in expressing my thoughts. Well, which I'm not currently really that fluent right now. And also, I need to make better arguments, right? Better arguments to help people build consistency. I need to see, like I need to have an objective way, like a good way in solving people's problem in being consistent. Maybe you know what, like I think like it's going to be good, like when people actually just like comment on my videos, right? Their struggle to be consistent, right? Their struggle to be consistent at doing something, and I just like try to answer them because it's going to be something impromptu. It's going to be something spontaneous, right? I don't have the time to prepare. It's just the question, and I try to help them build consistency, which I cannot really think. I cannot really have any preparation. Yeah, I can like rehearse my speaking skill and also my logic and also my reference, but like when the question is just real time and I don't know like what question am I going to get, and I get the question like maybe people asking me, oh, you know what, I got this problem in being consistent at exercising, I got this problem in being consistent in studying and so on, and I basically just read the question and just answer it. Okay, I think it's going to be a really good practice for me to be able to speak English way even better, and also improve my communication skill, and also improve my arguments in helping people build consistency, which I want to be the best. Okay, I want to be the best in helping people build consistency in their life, including myself, because yeah, actually I'm not really that consistent. Yeah, I record myself. I record videos every single day, but I also like do my push-ups every single day. But in terms of other things, like I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. Like in terms of like doom scrolling and social media, like way too much, using social media way too much. I also like struggling. I'm really struggling. You can get better English. You can get better at English by watching British shows or American shows. That's how I learn English. Well, thank you, man. Thank you, Cooker, for the advice. Yeah, I actually also watch American shows and British shows. I'm currently watching some series. And here's the thing. I also like play lots of video games. Like English video games. But here's the thing. I kind of think like if I only like watch without implementing anything, like like without active learning, without actually practicing the English myself, I think I cannot really get that far, because yes, I'm gonna be having some really good listening skills if I, you know, like, watch American shows, and also I'm going to be having a good comprehension skills. I'm going to be understanding the message better. But when it comes to communicating, I think like just speaking like this, right? Speaking like this, I think it's going to be the best way, right? Going to be the best way, just interacting with people, and have some random questions being thrown at me. I think it's going to be best. You can use more English words with your friends, or try to find a friend group who uses English more often. Well, yeah, you're kind of right about that. Yeah, that's pretty true. In fact, you know what? I kind of like mentioned this thing on my videos, right? When you just want to be consistent at doing something, just surround yourself with people who have the same interest with you. Let's say you have the interest at exercising, you want to be consistent at exercising, which you are currently struggling with. Okay, just surround yourself with people who are actually, interested in exercising. Join some gym club, join some fitness club, join some marathon club, right? And basically, when you just surround yourself with those people, right, with those people, with the positive people, the people who have the positive mindset, like-minded people, right? Your brain is going to adapt. Okay, your brain is going to try to adapt to, hey, you know what? In this kind of like social, social. Wait. Wait. I'm going to be back in three, two, one. Okay. I'm back. I'm back. So, yeah, like when we just like surround ourselves with people with the same mind, like, wait, sorry. When we just surround ourselves with the people who have the same interests, right? Exercising or studying or literally anything, our brain is gonna be thinking like, how can I stay in this group? How can I stay in this group, right? I think in order for people to be consistent, they need to be addicted to the topic. Like when I started exercising, all I watched was exercise YouTube shorts, and up of exercising just like this. I learned programming. Yeah, I pretty much agree with that. So, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? You mentioned about addiction, or like addicted to the topic. Well, like, I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure you are referring to a healthy, healthy kind of addiction to positive things, right? uh Wait, I need to grab my charger first. Hi, there are two people watching this live stream. I'm really thankful for it. You can just like grab anything, grab the grab I'm sorry, you can just like comment anything. Wait, I'm going to be putting my charger on. On the chat box, ask anything. This is going to be rehearsing for day 288. And yeah, here's the thing. So, yeah, in order, you say that when you want to be consistent, you need to be addicted, quote unquote, addicted to the topic, like exercising and stuff. I kind of agree with this. And I want to add something, right? Here's the thing. When I don't know about you, right? I don't know about you, but for myself and lots of other people, when it comes to getting really, really interested in a topic, some of us, right? We might actually like get really interested in a topic for a month, okay, for a month, and then we got bored from it, okay. Who's the goat, Ronaldo or Messi? Hmm. Uh, man, I don't really like watch football, but I think like both of them are really great. I don't know if that's good. Like you are happy with that answer. But yeah, just to be honest, I don't really like watch football, and yeah, but if you want to like watch football, that's cool. Here's the thing. Okay, I'm going to go back to yeah. Here's the thing. For most people, when we just say that, like, I'm really interested in a topic, right? Really, quote unquote, addicted to a topic. The the quote unquote addicted. We are going to be only like addicted, quote unquote, addicted to the topic for like 1 month. Okay, we are really interested in the topic for 1 month, and then we found something new, right? We kind of like get bored with the thing, okay, and we found something new. Okay, we kind of like found another thing, like shiny object syndrome. Shiny object syndrome, when you just found another thing and you kind of think like, oh, this thing is really amazing, and you jump, like you have your current priorities right now, you have your current interest right now, but when you just saw something new, right, you just saw something new, you kind of think like, oh, you know what, this thing is even way more interesting, and then you just basically jump off from your previous quote unquote addiction to a topic, and then you know uh, go into another topic, right? I don't really like ad- I think I'm going to be using the word really interested in that instead of addicted. Okay, because like, yeah, I know you are referring the addicted, like the word addicted in your context means, addiction in a positive context, right? Addiction to positive things. But I think I'll prefer to just use, the terms really, really interested, right? So people, right, including myself, like lots of people out there, I don't know about you, but here's the thing: like we kind of like have this shiny object syndrome where we just hop from one thing to another thing, and basically we just be consistent at something, right? A particular thing for I think 1 month, really consistent that doing that thing. But then at some point we got bored, right? We get bored. We stop doing that thing. We saw something new, something that looks really new, really amazing. There's so much to this thing. We jump off to that new topic. Okay, we kind of think like, oh, you know what? Like this thing is more. People only be consistent when they get results, and I think people should not give up at least for 3 to 4 months. If they do not get the results, then they have a reason to actually not be consistent. Actually, the key when they get results. Here's the thing: like, not giving up at least for 4 months, and some disclaimer here. I kind of like feel not really well. Actually, like I'm pretty sick, so I'm really sorry if you know I give bad answers, or I sound like stupid or anything. But here's the thing, I'm really tired right now. So here's the thing: I think if they don't get the results that they have, to a reason to actually not be consistent. If they do not get the results, then they have a reason to not. I think that that has something to do with you know evaluating, okay, evaluating your progress consistently, okay, because why do we do things, why we do things, we humans, why do we do things? Why do we exercise? Why do we, why do we study? For example, yeah. That's like that's precisely the thing. Because here's the thing: why do we humans we do things? Okay, why do we humans we do things? We do things, right? We do things because we expect something out of that thing. Okay, we expect some kind of results. Okay, we expect some kind of results from the thing, and that's pretty natural. Okay, that's like that's basically how we are, right? Why do we exercise? We expect to be healthy. We expect to be, we expect to look good. We expect to, I don't know, be respected. Okay, just be honest. Okay, you exercise because you want to be respected. You exercise because you want to, be mature and have an identity of a person that actually know what are their priorities and so on and so on. And here's the thing: it is precisely because we do things because we expect something, right? We expect some kind of like return from it. When we just don't see the results, then big chances we are going to stop doing the thing because we do not get the get the results, right? So I think not only that we need to be able to track for how many days we've been consistently doing a thing, we also need to like consistently evaluate, right? Consistently evaluate, right? Consistently evaluate on a maybe like on a weekly basis or even a daily basis of how much progress have we actually made. Okay, and progress. Okay, when we are talking about progress, doesn't necessarily looks to be. It doesn't necessarily needs to look like something like really upward every single day. Some of the days maybe you only, I don't know, in terms of, let's say, um I don't know. I'm not really a programmer, so maybe I'm But let's just have an example of learning a new language, right? Maybe like some of the days you are going to be able to learn like 5 new words, but some of the other days you are only going to be able to learn like 3 words, right? 3 words. But as long as he or she just track, right, the progress on a day-to-day basis, right? He just track the progress on a day-to-day basis. Basically, he's going to see some progress, right? And when he see progress that, hey, you know what? Yesterday I can memorize like 3 new words. Today I can memorize like 4 new words. And like 3 days ago I can memorize like 5 words. Yes, the progress doesn't necessarily seem like an upward line, but I'm progressing. And what does it mean when I progress? It means that I'm getting closer and closer to the thing that I expect that I'm gonna be getting, right? So what do you expect when you study a new language? You are going to expect that you are going to be fluent in it. You expect that you are going to, be able to communicate with the native speakers, and they are going to be able to understand you and maybe compliment you for your, like your ability to speak in their language, right? That's your expectation. Or maybe like you just like study like learn a new language just for the sake of enjoyment, right? So but basically, let's just say you want to study a new language because you want to be fluent in the language, right? The thing here is that when you just uh, track your progress on a day-to-day basis, you are going to be seeing that, hey, even if you just made some small progress, or even if this progress doesn't necessarily looks like an upward line, well, hey, you are still progressing on a day-to-day basis, means that you are going to go even closer to your expectation, right? To your expected results, meaning that you are going to have more and more, more and more reasons, right? To basically stick to that particular thing. Okay. And that's how you actually stay consistent, right? Oh, yeah. What country you are from? Oh, yeah, I'm from Indonesia. Indonesia. Hi. Hi from Indonesia. And yeah, I think that's it from me for today. Like, thank you so much for watching this live stream. I'm gonna sleep. Bye bye.